Why can't we cap CEO pay? You could. But this idea that money is somehow going to end up in employees' pockets down the totem pole is just false. It doesn't do much for wealth inequality. I do, however, like Germany's idea of requiring employees to elect up to half of supervisory boards, which might give everyday workers more say in the pay structure of the company. It's solving the wrong problem. The CEO's pay is typically primarily in stock. The CEO's stock awards are determined by either A. themselves by being the original owner of the company, like say Bezos, or B. by the board of directors. It is not in the best interests of the board of directors to overcompensate the CEO. If you want to create diminishing returns on how much you can compensate CEOs, you need to look at stuff like stock buybacks, capital gains tax, and prevent using stocks as loan collateral, because it's none of the government's business. Besides, if I work incredibly hard to build a company, why shouldn't I pay myself significantly more? A better option would be to fix all the tax loopholes they exploit. Because that's dumb. That's why, theoretically, you want the best person for the job to run a company. Whatever best means. If you arbitrarily limit what someone can earn, they will find another job which is not limited, and therefore the quality of people will decrease and companies will fail. If you want the best person for a job, you must incentivize them to work for you, because they have options. By limiting competition, you limit your talent pool. Effectively, everyone loses. If you're in the US, it's because the federal government has no real jurisdiction for private companies, or public ones for that matter. It's none of their business. Why don't we cap sports player pay? Why can't we cap nil payments? Or artist payments? Why should a singer get paid so much? Don't a lot of CEOs also not make a high salary? I thought the loophole on a lot of things are bonuses and shares and whatnot. Because who are you to tell a random person who put their work and effort into building an entire company how much they could get paid? Why would we? By what authority can the US government cap pay? That authority doesn't legitimately exist under the US Constitution. Why? I know media sensationalize CEO pay, but mostly it's tagged to their performance and company shares. If you want to cap, it should be for all senior management and board of directors, etc. CEO is in news because their compensation, including salary and bonus, is declared in SEC filing. Mostly CEO pay is less than 0.001% of company value. Maybe read about failed companies and startups. Not all CEO make money like media shows. Successful company pays all senior management handsomely, including CEO bonuses. Most importantly, it's private companies. There aren't any law on how much a company pays to CEO or employees or both, except of minimum wages. Because the majority of the people who make the laws work for the CEOs. Because you get worse CEOs. Example: a CEO is being paid $1.5 million, and a different company offers to pay $2 million to a CEO. The first company either needs to compete, or that CEO will leave to the other company, and the person they end up hiring as CEO will probably be worse. CEO pay is subject to basic economic principles of supply and demand, just like any other worker's pay is, and just like the price of the company's products is. I don't know, why don't we cap everyone's pay then? Lots of reasons. Because it'd be a significant overreach by the government. Because it's a virtual certainty that any law written would have significant loopholes in it, them. Because the government counts on business leaders, generally C-suite people from large companies, to give them insights into the state of industry and the economy. And limiting the C-suite pay would be a strong disincentive. Who actually decides what N would be? I'd bet you couldn't get more than 1,000 average Americans to agree on a specific percentage multiplier and forget Congress getting to agreement. It would be seen as a very anti-business move. Lol, then you'll only get someone 3x as good as the lowest paid employee. Prepare to watch the company go bankrupt. Then who would sponsor the United States election campaigns? CEOs and those on the board of directors are often compensated with ownership in the company stocks. Some CEOs don't even take a cash salary. Now, should the government be able to tell the board of directors, who represent the interests of the shareholders, and appoint the CEO, they can't give the CEO stocks? If a CEO doesn't have stocks, how will the board know they have the interests of the shareholders in mind? I.e., they want to increase the value of the company.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.